Hello. Welcome, welcome. Super excited to have you here today. We are going to have the most amazing foodie webinar today. Oh my goodness, we are going to have a blast. How are y'all doing? We are going to rock and roll. I have some amazing guests on today. Sorry guys, ignore the trollers. Just part of our, it's flattering that, we're doing so well that people want to come and troll us. We've had a lot of that recently. I'm not really sure what the deal is. It is what it is. So welcome. We're super excited you're here. Trying to see where my guests are. I don't know where she went. Howdy, welcome. Be sure and tell us which company you're with when you jump on. And tell us where you're from. Which company are you with and where are you from? Oh, you guys, I'm sorry. I cannot believe the obnoxious trollers we have. Jen, how you doing, gorgeous? Hello, Polly. Hello, Christina. Please don't click on the links. We have a troller. Ignore the troller. Hello, Gertrude. How you doing? Hello, Miss Eileen. Hello, Anne. Hello, Paula. Oh, go away, you dumb troller. Hello, Miss Sonia. Don't click on those things, guys. How y'all doing? Hello, Miss Pam. Hello, Charlene. Hello, Joy. Hello, Alexis. Hello, Miss Kim. All right. So as you see below, I've got some awesome goodies for you today. A fabulous goal setting sheet, tips on going live. We have fabulous, really, really fun spring images, both square and story. So your tall ones, your really fun tall ones, okay? So help us get the word out. So we are going to be giving away two $50 gift certificates today for our programs. And so all you need to do is, first off, you need to comment hashtag food. And when you comment hashtag food, you're going to get a message from us. And you're going to click on get the goodies. Okay. So that's the first thing you do. And then the second thing you do, hello, Kim. Hello, Joanna. Hello, Paula. Hi, guys. Hello, Miss Colleen. And then the second thing you do, okay, you share this out. You share it into other groups with other direct sellers, other small business people on your profile, not in your customer groups, but in groups with other consultants, okay? So get that shared out. Hello. We're getting, oh man, sorry, we have a lot of trollers today. Just ignore them, guys. Ignore the trollers. Don't click on anything, okay? Hello, Miss Angie. Hello, Miss Adrian. Give me just a hot second to help my guests get on. So yes, let's get all right. Give me just a hot second. Not sure what's... All right. Thank you, Miss Jamie. So comment revolution when you share, because we're starting a revolution. So I'm super excited. We're going to be sharing a lot of tips with you on how to build your business on social media, how to find new followers, how to find new customers, how to find new hostesses, new recruits. And what you're going to love is how easy this is. So as you jump on, make sure you comment where you're from and which company you're with. In addition, make sure that you comment hashtag food, okay? And then you're also, in addition to that, hello, Miss Gina. In addition to that, you're going to share this out in comment revolution, okay? Now, I want to help you. Hello, Miss Alexandra. How you doing? Hello, Megan. Hello, Denise. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Miss Terry. You're so cute, Terry. All right, Letitia, Marlo, how you doing? All right, and I'm super, super excited because I have two guests on with me today. And we're going to get them the link. Come on. All right, so I'm going to have a guest here today, one from Tupperware and one from Pampered Chef. A gal from... Hello, friends. How's everybody doing? Oh, let me mute that. That's on with me today. Come on. A gal that I wanted to have with Tastefully Simple. She couldn't join us today, but I know she spread the love. So we work with gals in all different companies. Lots of different companies. So we're super excited to have you all here today. But I know you know a ton of gals that work with you in the same industry. So make sure that you're getting, you can even comment below and tag a couple of them. All right. So we're going to do just, we're going to share the love just a little bit here ourselves. Gina, I sent that to you so you can share that out. My computer is just running really slow today. I'm not sure what the deal is. There we go. All right, Miss Gina, I'm going to pop you up. Can you see and hear me, hun? I can. Awesome. All right. So I want to introduce our first guest, Miss Gina Walker. She is with Tupperware. Gina, I'm going to have you go ahead and introduce yourself. Now, as you're listening to Miss Gina, we have another one from Tupperware that will be on in just a hot second. But see this question right below me. When cooking, do you prefer to A, cook solo, or B, cook with helpers? So I'm going to tell you how to respond to that to get some new customers today. So go to your personal profile, pop that on your personal profile, and then I'll even show you, I posted this question last night, so I'll even share screen and show you how I've been getting some engagement from it and how you can turn that into some clients. So Gina, will you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about where you're from, how long you've been with Tupperware, what your level is, and go ahead and start with that.
Okay. Hey, thanks for joining us today. And Michelle, thanks for having me. I'm Gina Walker. I'm a Tupperware director. I've been with Tupperware for about 17 years. I live in Shadyside, Ohio, little teeny tiny town, about an hour west of, west. My directionals are not good. West of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I'm way on the other side of the country from Michelle. Awesome. But I've been with Tupperware about 17 years. And honestly, I worked a full-time job since I got out of college. I was in the medical field and I did it as a side gig for all those years. Always working full time. Up until October of this past year, I was able to step away from my full-time job and decided to go full force into Tupperware. So that's where I am. I stepped up as a director last June in the middle of the crazy pandemic story. So yeah.
Yep. The story's been crazy, hasn't it? That's awesome. I love it. What's your favorite Tupperware product?
Oh gosh, I love all of them, of course, or I wouldn't promote them because you have to love your product. But I do love our choppers. Our choppers are amazing. They are just so fast and easy, and it's just it's something that everybody can use. Not everybody is going to buy a pressure cooker or a grill that goes in the microwave, but everybody can use the chopper, and I just get so much positive feedback from my customers when they get it.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. And tell us a little bit about, are you doing individual sales or sales in parties? Where do you get most of your sales from?
You know what? Sometimes it varies. I do get a lot of individual sales. I have a lot of very loyal customers who love the product and love the sales specials that we put out each month. So Tupperware is wonderful that they do that. We have a sales flyer every month that's got at least 20 items on it. So they put out some really good deals that really generates a lot of extra sales for us. So I can do anywhere from $200 to almost $1,000 in just general sales throughout the month from my web page, my business page and my VIP group, and just, then I'll share it every once in a while on my personal page too. But when I'm doing parties and my parties are rolling, that's where the big bang of your products the sales come from.
Awesome. I love it. Well, and you have such a cool product because my pantry is organized they're called modular mate. No, wait, am I saying that right?
Mates. Mm-hmm. Oh,
modular mates. Okay, I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna. I have the red lids. There's some colors I wish I had versus red, but that's all right.
Yeah.
So it tells you kind of how long I've had them. It's all like the
not
year
too
and
long.
the color.
That's not too bad. Yeah.
A little bit. So what's so fun is how there is, even though they're not consumed, there's still there's always another thing to organize. Yes. So it gives you that repeat sales. So that's awesome. Yes. All right. So let's welcome my friend Nikki Davis. Hello, gorgeous. Can you hear me, Miss Nikki?
I can hear you.
I'm going to mute. Hang on. Yes, I can. Hang on. So I am going to mute you. Let me know how the sound is, guys. So I'm going to, when one's talking, I'm going to have the other mute just so we don't get any back feed, just so you know. Now, as you're jumping on, did you guys both get the link so you can share it out into your groups?
Yes.
Awesome. You guys rock. All right. So as you're jumping on, make sure you comment #food. #food. That will get you all our freebies today. Our fun images and that are so cute that will really help you with engagement. And then make sure that you share this out in Comment Revolution. Okay. You can even comment below with 5-10 names of people that you know. And then down here, I love some of you are answering it, but I want you to take this question. When cooking, do you prefer to cook solo or with helpers? And I posted this in the middle of the night last night, which I never recommend. I'm always like, no, you need to post it when people are awake. Let me see what I'm up to now. With comments back and forth, I'm up to almost 150 comments. So we're going to tell you how to turn that into some awesome sales today. So go to your personal profile, put that there, put that on your personal profile and come back and comment done when you've got that. All right, Miss Nikki, can you introduce yourself, love?
So my name is Nikki Davis. I am an independent consultant with Pampered Chef. I've been with Pampered Chef almost 6 years.
Awesome. Awesome. And what level are you at, sweetie?
A director.
Director. Awesome. Fabulous. I love it. And what's your favorite Pampered Chef product?
The manual food processor.
That's funny because you both love your choppers.
Yeah, so everybody know me. I call him my boyfriend Manuel.
That's awesome. I love it. That's super cute. You should get a Sharpie and put little eyes on it and a mouth and like that's awesome. I love it. So guys, you got to comment #food to get the goodies. #food. Just food won't work, y'all. #food. Okay. All right. So when you comment, when you share this out in Comment Revolution, your name will go into a drawing. We're going to give away 2 $50 gift certificates. Let's get that number up to 200 people. I know there's a heap load of gals that need, and gentlemen for that matter, that need this information. All right. So awesome. So it looks like a bunch of you are getting that done. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So we're going to first start talking about what I call engagement questions. And everybody say hi to Gina and Nikki. Make them feel super loved. Hit the heart button. Give them lots of hearts. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me today. So the reason why I invited Nikki and Gina to join me today is they've been working with me and my system for increasing your engagement and algorithms on social media. And so I wanted them to come share with you some of the results they've had with their foodie business, okay? And honestly, the fun thing is you'll learn a lot from this no matter what company you're with. You're totally welcome to hang out no matter which company you're with. But we're going to have some fun with talking about how we can find new customers using my system that I do for social media, okay? So we're going to have a ton of fun. All right. So I have this system where I teach people how to always add a question to every one of their posts. And we have some simple rules. We call them 1-button responses. We want you to post something that's either on a scale of 1 to 10, how many days a week, or a multiple choice that has A, B, C, D, so that all they have to do is click on one button to answer it. Okay. And so we're going to talk about, and if you haven't done this one, just on a scale of how much, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you enjoy cooking, that is the ultimate question. You should ask that in every single one of your parties. You should ask that on your profile, your business page, your group, because the cool thing is, especially like the products that both the ladies mentioned, that is great for the person who loves to cook and hates to cook, because the hating of cooking usually means time consuming, making decisions, those kind of things. So you always have something for the person who loves it or hates it. So Miss Gina, Nikki's unmuted, so I'll start with you and then I'll come over to you, Miss Gina. Nikki, what's a couple questions you've used that you've got some good engagement on?
One that on a scale 0 to 10, do you cry when you cut onions?
Yes. Okay. So let me tell you about why we do this one. What kind of engagement did you get on that? Do you remember how many comments you got?
I think it was like almost 100.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a lot of comments.
Love it. So I was explaining this to somebody today. I said, here's the thing. When you're in your group or on your business page, and those are people that have bought from you before, both of you, especially, I know Pampered Chef just came out with a new catalog. Gina, do you have a new catalog that's recently come out too? Okay, I assumed as much. The people that have bought from you before, they're like, I got to have that new catalog. I want to know what's new, right? We love your cooking tools. I have so many Pampered Chef's tools, and yet I still buy something at least, twice a year, because something fun comes out, right? And that's the thing that you have to understand is Those people, we can do more like the post about products. On your personal profile, you want to post questions that just find the people that are cooking. Okay, so let's think about this for a minute. So why on earth would we ask about crying with onions? Now, instantly, I know most of you are thinking, because I can sell them knives and cutting boards. Well, that is one thing. But what we're trying to find are the people who are actually cooking. If you're only throwing in a Costco frozen lasagna in the oven, you didn't cut onions to put on top of it most of the time, right? Y'all following me there? Does that make sense? If you're actually cutting onions, you're actually cooking, and you're more likely to become a customer. Does that make sense? So the same thing with the question that's right here below me. When cooking, do you prefer to cook solo or cook with helpers? We're just trying to find out who's cooking, okay? And you'll see I have some comments somebody made us see. They're like Uber Eats or, whatever their local delivery thing's called. They're like, I'm not cooking. And I'll show you what I respond to them with when they say I'm not cooking, okay? And you could have put that as a C if you wanted to. So it's kind of fun. And that's why we ask on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy cooking? Because again, it just helps us find out who's cooking. So then we can have a conversation with them. Gina, I'm going to ask you real quick. So tell me, what are some of the best questions that have worked for you?
Well, one last month, of course, it was more, you could ask at any time, honestly, but we did it because of Valentine's Day, was on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like chocolate?
Right.
So that one was huge. That one was definitely over 100 comments. And it kept going for days. It's funny how people see your posts, like you're like 3 or 4 days later, you get somebody else commenting on it. It's like, I thought that post was dead.
Yeah, I know. When was the last time y'all had a post that was commented on for? I have seen some go as long as 2 weeks with that one.
Yeah.
How many comments do you think you got on that one?
It was, gosh, I can't even remember. I know it was over 100 when I finally lost track of it and moved on to something else. But I did one last night when you had recommended we do one, and it was like 11 o'clock at night. And again, I don't normally post that late either. But it was on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy cooking? And I had 90, I think over 80 comments, between 80 and 90 comments by 9 o'clock this morning, between me and commenting back and forth. Yeah.
Wow.
So it blew up in like the first 15 minutes I posted it. So my night owls caught it, and then the early morning people caught it.
So let me ask both of you. Gina, you're unmuted, so I'll start with you. Nikki, I'll come over to you. When you had people comment, what do you think the percentage was of current customers, people that have never bought from you but still engage with you? And then did you see people comment that you hadn't seen comment for years? Like what did the different types of people look like that commented on that post?
I would say actually more people that aren't frequent flyers with me as far as buying products were the ones that commented the most. And then there was a few here and there that I don't hear from at all. A handful of customers, normal customers, but I think, they're more apt to post on my business page things or my VIP group things. When I post on my personal page, I get like all kinds of people. Sometimes I even get men. I mean, which, not that there's anything wrong with men commenting on those posts, but I don't have men commenting on my other posts. So it's funny when they come out of the woodwork for the cooking stuff. Yeah.
And it's fun because that helps your algorithms, no matter if it's a man or a woman, or whether they like to cook or not cook, it's still going to help your algorithms.
Right.
So that's awesome. And I love that and the thing is, they know you sell a cooking product. Okay.
Right.
I am telling you, my friends, if they comment on a question about cooking, about food, about meals, about any of those kind of things, and you haven't sold to them, they're raising their hand saying, it's okay to talk to me. Okay. That is what they're saying. Okay, I've watched you post things. I trust you. You can talk to me about food. And that's what's so cool about this. How many of you get told by your leaders, you need to go message so many people a day? So just comment message if you get that, if you want to book parties, go message so many people a day. Well, here's the cool thing. when you keep a running list of the people who've commented on these types of posts, and even the ones that have just hit like and reply. I had a gal do this, and she didn't have a ton of engagement, but she still took a list. She had 25 names. She messaged 10 of them and booked 3 parties just from 10 people, because those were warm leads. You do not ever have to cold message in my program, ever. Okay. You have plenty of people to message that you know are interested in cooking and food in some way if you consistently post these questions. And honestly, it's like 1 or 2 a week on your personal profile. We have a whole other thing we do in your group and your business page, but you can always find a new customer, a new hostess on your personal profile when you're working it consistently with this. So it's kind of fun. Were you able to turn any of the chocolate ones into sales or bookings or anything, Gina?
The week that I did that, I did not, only because I had a million things going on that week, and my husband was, we had COVID going on. So it got kind of crazy.
No!
Yeah. But I've definitely I've gotten more likes on my business page from some of my posts, because then I go back and share my business page. So what that does is it increases that algorithm, so more people see those other posts. So when I share something from my business page, I seem to be getting a lot more people crossing over. For sure.
Nice.
I've definitely seen that.
And that's the thing. This is a process. And if you'll work the process and realize it's not like one magic thing, it's a series of things. Okay. So posting them, get your algorithms up on your personal profile. Then your post you do on your business page, you share to your personal profile. That will start getting your friends to pay attention to your post from your business page, and you can grow that. Did that make sense, everybody? Can you feel the process? Comment process, if that makes sense. So, Gina, I'm going to come back to you. Nikki, I'm going to come ask you the same questions. Okay, love?
Okay.
All right. So, the people that you saw comment on those posts, what kind of variety of people did you see? Customers versus non-customers, versus just people you've hardly ever seen comment on your post before?
It was all 3. Some was a lot of people that I haven't seen in my news feed in a while. So it was good. They commented. So it was a mixture.
That's awesome. And were you able to move any of those to like Messenger and see some business come from it?
Yeah, so actually, Michelle, you'll be proud of me, because I was one that didn't want to be pushy or feel like, moving them into Messenger, that they like, she gonna ask to book a party. So of course I started out just general conversation. From that, I did book 2 parties. So it was good. And then one even, a couple asked, like, what do I suggest of cooking, how to cook, chop onions without crying. So actually I did a manual food processor from it. So.
That's awesome. I love that. That's so cool. And that's the thing. And did they, like, the feeling you got in Messenger, did they feel grateful, or did they seem to feel pushy?
I'll say for them, they felt grateful. For me, it was like a relief, because I know doing the social media training with you, and you would say it, and I was like, I know what Michelle say, but then I was like, Nikki, let it go, just do it, go with the flow. And I was really shocked by the responses that I got, because it wasn't even like me not even mentioning. And I will share like tips of how to, I asked on a question like, do you cut it from the root versus the top? And then, so going into Messenger, some was like, what do you mean by the root? And what do you mean by the top? So it was like, it made it more easier to get into the conversation. And then a lot of them, I just share it with them to go to my business page, because I go live, I share tips on my business page. So I have seen an increase of numbers on my business page as well.
That's awesome. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'm so proud of you. I'm like, woo, high five, girl. Everybody give Miss Nikki and Gina a big high five. That's awesome. For surviving COVID and 2 for messaging. Well done, ladies. You guys rock. That's awesome. All right. I love it. Okay. So what I want to do is share just a little bit more about why we're asking questions, and then also just a few tips on how we use them on business pages and groups, because we don't just do this on our personal profile. So I know we've had quite a few people hop on since we started. So I just want to just remind you a couple things. First of all, if you see the crawler down below, it tells you to comment #food. Okay. Comment #food. You're going to get a bunch of our freebies and really, really fun questions to keep your algorithms high, both on your personal profile and in stories. We have some really cute stories. They're so cute and they're fun for Easter. So make sure you click on get the goodies after you get the message from us. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second of all, go to your personal profile and post this question. When cooking, do you prefer to cook solo or cook with helpers? And I'm going to show you how to turn that into some sales. Okay. They're saying they love your glasses, Tina says.
Oh, thanks.
Your glasses are awesome, girl. I love it. Okay. So make sure you've posted that question. Tell us where you're from and which company you're with too. All right. So another thing that we do with questions. So we talked about, we make sure we do on a scale of 1 to 10, or how many days a week. Like, it's really fun to ask, how many days a week do you have dinner as a family? Or how many days a week do you make breakfast? You can do multiple choice, like which is your favorite meal to cook? A, breakfast. B, lunch. C, and this is always a fun question, you know, are you supper or dinner, right? Whatever your word is. And then I love to ask D, dessert. I know it's not a meal, but sometimes we much rather bake or do desserts than cook food or entrees. And so that's another example. So all these questions, okay, the post has got lots of engagement. Yay, Miss Johanna. That's awesome, girl. All right. So our goal is to help you keep the engagement high on your personal profile, but then we have some awesome tips for your groups and your page. So we do what we call a 5-day series. Or a week-long series. I just probably need to change it to saying that. But in 1 week, you want to take one product and you want to show all the uses for it. So your choppers, your manual processor, your, the new grill that came out, all the things. Okay. What you want to make sure that we do is pick one product, and over an entire week, you want to focus on that product. Now, the fun thing is Miss Alexandra's here, and I still remember doing one with her. She's doing the panini pan. Do you guys still have the panini pan? I'm trying to remember if I've seen that in the catalog for Pampered Chef.
We have.
But you do this with the new grill. But we just asked every day, we asked a question like, what's your favorite fruit to grill? What's your favorite vegetable to grill? What's your favorite meat to grill? We did something about dessert. We asked like, what's your favorite cheese to put on a grilled sandwich? Like, we did all these fun things all week long. And I still remember how I kept seeing her post all week just because I'd answered the one about vegetables. All week long, I saw the rest of her posts from her group. And it's so cool when you stay focused on one product all week. What it does is people see the value in it, and it doesn't feel expensive. Okay. You know what I mean? Your products aren't expensive, but sometimes like, well, it only does that one thing. That seems like a lot to do that one thing. Your products don't ever only do one thing, right? They're magical. They do all sorts of things. But what I find is some people like, well, how do I stretch that out over a week? How on earth do I make this? And how do I find 5 to 7 questions in this? Okay. It's really, really cool. So Miss Gina, I'm going to go to you, love. I know you've done some 5-day series with me. So we do a camp. It's 5 hours on Zoom, and we help you create a month's worth of content in 5 hours. So comment a big old 5 if you're like, I would love to make a whole month's worth of content in 5 hours. Comment 5 while Gina tells you about one of her favorite 5-day series. What's been some of your favorite?
So yeah, I did the 5-day series engagement camp, and oh gosh, there's so many. My brain is like swimming right now trying to think of one particular one.
We have some fun, don't we?
We do, and it's amazing how like by yourself you like will like just rack your brain trying to think of an idea. And then when you're together with like a group of like a half a dozen people or so, and you're all put your minds together, like the ideas just start flowing, and you can't write fast enough. But honestly, the one that I'm actually getting ready to do now is one of the ones I'm looking forward to is the Easter one that we were talking about, with all the different things, because people, with everything that's going on in the world, and this last year that we've dealt with, the holidays always seem to be something that people can agree on, that it's time for everybody to not be so crazy, and you can focus on your family and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to posting the questions about Easter, especially the one that this is my best one that I could think of that we came up with when we were doing the Easter, when we were talking about the Easter idea, was the peeps. Like, people like get crazy about their love or their hate for the peep candy, the peeps. So I can't wait that's going to be one of my first questions, is on the scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love peeps? Or you could word it the other way, how much do you hate peeps? Depends on how you feel about them. But I like the ones around the holidays. I really enjoy the fact that with our products, foodie products, there are so many different food holidays every month that you could just run and go with. So I can't really nail down a specific one, but definitely the Valentine's Day one was really good, with the chocolate question just being the top of the line question. But just all the different things you could do around holidays. We still, St. Patrick's Day is Wednesday. You could kind of run with that this week if you wanted. But yeah,
for sure. How has doing 5-day series helped your engagement on your page and your group?
Well, the reason why I think it's helped me is because it keeps me on track. Yeah, when I started doing this a few years ago and kind of started getting more online and doing Facebook parties and stuff, but it wasn't the prevalent thing because, we were still doing in-home parties, cooking shows and stuff like that. And I know Pampered Chef can agree with that. But my problem, first of all, I was working full time. So I was never consistent ever. And honestly, I'm kind of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal in all of my aspects of life. So it's hard for me to centralize my thoughts. So this has really why didn't I think of this? Why didn't I just write up a week, of something that I could focus on? But it really has brought that scheduling problem of mine to a halt. I finally have it to where, I focus on one thing per week. I don't have to jump around, I don't have to wonder what I'm going to post about this week. It's just made it so automated. And
that's awesome.
And just being more consistent helps your algorithms right there. So
period. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So if consistency is something you would love to get really good at, comment consistency. So Miss Karen with Epicure, this is a great question, especially for those, even my Tastefully Simple girls, even those, even like the seasonings that some of, like a lot of you carry. So here's the thing. You're saying if there's a food, it's one thing. Karen, no, it's never one thing. When I say this, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, your seasonings, your little flavor things, they never only make one thing. There's always like 5 different recipes you can make with it. And so you show 5 different recipes from one product that you have. So that's one way to do it. And then the other way to do it is like to have a week of all things chocolate. And you might show different products that you use that create something really fun with chocolate, or main dishes, or freezer meals, or maybe gluten-free, or there's lots of different things you can do with themes. So it's not always one product, 5 uses. Sometimes it's one theme, 5 products, one problem, 5 solutions. So see where I'm going with that? And that's what's so fun. Like Gina's gonna, and Nikki can probably, I think you'll both attest to this. You nod your heads and tell me if you disagree. But when you come to our camps with us, I know some of you kind of freeze. And the really funny thing is there's a bunch of gals from all different companies, okay? But then we go into breakout rooms just with the gals from your company. But when we're all in the same room and we're all brainstorming, it's so funny because the Tastefully Simple gal will have this great idea for the Usborne gal, and the Passion Party gal will have a great idea for the paparazzi gal, and it's like, for some reason you can think about somebody else's company better than your own because you kind of get in your head a little bit. But we are totally going to help you to really, really, really understand how to stretch these out. And it takes a little bit of practice, but that's what we help you do. Gina, what's been your thought in being in camp and how that's helped? So it was a great question, Karen. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it just helps it helps you to focus on the different things that you didn't think about before. And it just, with everybody's spurting ideas, it just gets your creative juices going. And, I always thought of myself as a creative kind of artsy kind of person, like to where I can come up with, cool ideas for school projects and things like that. But sometimes when it comes down to you want to really do things for your business that's going to make a difference. So sometimes you question yourself, and so getting in there with the other people and all the different ideas, it's really, really good.
That's awesome. Nikki, what are your thoughts on 5-day series, and what are some things you've done?
I say it was a total game changer for me because it helped me to be consistent. Many know me, know I can be an overthinker, and I'll tend to think so much about it that I think myself out of it. So it has been a game changer for me. I'm seeing consistent sales, although I had COVID back in November, so it kind of threw things for a loop. So I'm getting back on track because COVID brain was no joke. If I didn't write it down, it's not going to happen. So getting back on track far as it has been a game changer because everybody know every Wednesday at 6:30, Nikki's going live. So they're waiting for me. If I'm a couple minutes late, it's like, hey, is everything okay? Where you at?
Yeah.
And then it's helping them even now, just focusing on, say, if it's the rock crock, then I'm posting recipes for that. So I'm getting more people interested in the products that I'm showing, even if it's something to book a party, or even with recruits. I have gotten a couple recruits in the past 2 months because what I tend to do is I show things that's in our kit. So why I say the manual food processor is in the kit. So it's like, okay, versus paying this amount for it, you can get it in the kit. Just give it 30 days, try it out, and we'll go from there. If you decide 30 days later is not for me, guess what? I'm still going to love you. You can walk away. The Pampered Chef Police not going to show up at your house. So,
that's a super smart way to recruit. I love it.
Saying all that, it has been a total game changer for me, because then it's not like, oh, what I'm going to post this week, what I'm going to do. And then what I realized over the pandemic is a lot of people don't know how to cook, and we assume like everybody know how to cook. So people are looking for recipes. People are looking for ways of getting in the kitchen and making their time, easy, or just creating a healthy meal in 30 minutes or less. So I see it, and I just ran with it along with your help in taking that class. So just to piggyback with about what Gina said about the camp. When I first joined it, I was like, wait a minute, 5 hours? Like, I gotta sit here and I'm like, but when I tell you it was the best 5 hours ever invested in my business, because like she said, so many people, you bounce off ideas. Shout out to Julie and Alexandra, my girls. We get in our work and we just bounce so many ideas how to run with it. So it's like when you leave there, you have a month. You don't have to sit and figure out what I'm gonna post next week. You have it all written out for the whole month. So I love it. I love it.
That's awesome. I love, love, love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. I know Joy's the best. We love Miss Joy and Alexandra. That's awesome. Hey, Miss Aileen. Hey, Kim Morton, are you still here? So I have to tell you one other twist on the PEEP question. I've had some gals posting it. So another really great one with almost all things food. The first time I ever did this was with fried pickles. Have you all had fried pickles? They are like the greatest thing ever. So I saw someone talking about fried pickles, like with the restaurant she'd been to, and it was getting a lot of engagement. And I'm like, okay, I want to do something with this. So what I did, and this you could do with almost every single food out there. So you do A, love it, B, hate it, or C, never tried it. And so Kim Warden did that with the Peeps. And she just went to Google and just found a Peeps, image, not real hard to download that. And she popped that up and just put, your feelings on Peeps. I love them, B, hate them, C, never tried them. And just huge engagement. Like, I think she was over 200 comments now. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But so you want to always have two different kinds of questions. And we focus on this in camp. One, you want one that really boosts your algorithms, okay? You will always have more comments on the kind of more silly posts. Peeps aren't necessarily anything about cooking, even though they're food. And then you're going to have your ones. There's my Kim girl. How many comments you up to, Miss Kim? Okay, so try the love it, love it, hate it, never tried it. It really does work. Miss Tammy, what I'll do is I'll have Nikki and Gina put their Facebook business pages in the comments. If you guys are looking at my business page, you can go put your business page links there. You can message them through your business page, but gals, please be respectful and don't expect them to give you training. They have their own team to train, their own content. So please be respectful of their time and go follow them on their business page, okay? You shouldn't have friends from your same company because then you're seeing each other's posts and it just makes you think that your thing's saturated or whatever. Like, you can message each other if you want, but save your friend requests for your customers. I'm just going to tell you that. That's my 2 cents on that. I know I love fried pickles too, Miss Terry. Okay. Alrighty. So I want to show you how to turn the question that I gave you. If you hadn't done it yet, when cooking, do you prefer A, to cook solo, or B, cook with some help? And so I'm going to show you, I posted this late last night. The cooking question, you've got 24 comments already, 20. All right, awesome, guys. Yes, you blew up your algorithms and you're not even foodie. Exactly. So what happens is when you post the things about onions, about do you like to cook solo or whatnot, or just about a new product and you put a question on it, it will be shown a lot more by Facebook. Facebook is constantly, do you understand this? Facebook is constantly measuring, do people want to see your content? So when you get 200 comments on scale of 1 to 10, how much you like chocolate or do you like Peeps? The next time you post something, Facebook shows your next post more. I know you will not get comments on your product questions as much. Fully aware of that. I love how people tell me that. Like, I know that I wasn't expecting you to. Okay, so let me share screen here. And I'm going to show you what my post looks like. I just use one of the color emojis, and I'll show you what to do and what to do. So one of the things that's super, super important is that you reply to every single comment. Okay, so you're going to reply to every single one. Now, I'm just going to show you some of mine. Hopefully this is going to open. Okay, so I started asking, like if they said I like to cook with help, I asked, who do you typically like to cook with? If they said they were solo, now I prefer solo too. I said, me too. Whoops. Well, that's not where I wanted to go. I clicked on the name of somebody who commented. That's okay. So I would ask them, but almost every single time I ask them, what do you like to cook? Now, here's the thing I get asked, you know, this very literal all or nothing. I had one gal who commented, you know, she's just doing Uber Eats. Well, I know she just had a baby. So I comment, girl, you do Uber Eats and love on that baby. I'm not expecting her to be a customer right now. Does that make sense? Like, she literally just had a new baby in the last week and then has a young son too. She's not cooking. It's not a priority right now. In fact, if I live close enough, I would take her a meal. Does that make sense? So it's really, really, really cool how as I posted these and then I've asked, you know, what's your favorite thing to cook? How many different comments that I'm getting on that. And so the cool thing is you want to, when you post, don't post and then go to bed or post and then go to work. You want to make sure that you are available within 30 to 60 minutes to go reply. And it may only be like 3 or 4 comments. Okay. You reply to those and try to ask another question. Okay. And when you do that, it will blow up your algorithms. It's amazing what happens. And so then this morning when I woke up, because I told you I posted it really late, which that's not usually what I recommend, but I did wait till I had 3 or 4 comments and I replied to those. By this morning, I had another 20, 25 comments. I replied to those. As soon as I replied to those, I had about another 10, 12 comments. And obviously it's been an hour I've been talking to you guys, so I don't know what's come in since then. But see, look how many comments I have down here that haven't even been replied to yet. And I replied to a lot of them. It's amazing what it will do. You want to attend my camp? Awesome, Tammy. I'm going to tell you how, okay? I love that. Yay, girl. So this is amazing. So reply to everyone with a question. And like I said, I made it, for the most part, it was like, I feel the same way. What do you like to cook? Or who do you like to cook with? And what do you guys like to cook? But then I customize it based on the few comments that I knew they were single and why they were Uber eating. You know, you hopefully know enough about a few of the people that comment that why they're commenting something a little different than you would expect. Okay. So use your common sense, but you're replying to every single one. And for the most part, if they said anything about cooking, you're going to ask them a little bit about what they like to cook. Okay. Okay. So Tracy, here's the thing. So on your personal profile, about once or twice, well, every day you want to post something fun just to keep your engagement up. But then, because if you're a foodie, you want to post something about food once or twice a week. Now, if I was selling something that had to do with food and I have over 100 comments right now, it's going to take me a good week to message all these people. Okay. So people always ask, well, how often do I do it? And I'm like, well, do you need new customers? Well, then you do it. Okay. And I don't mean, do I need more customers? Of course we all do, but do you have people you could be messaging? Well, then you go spend time messaging. If you don't have anyone to message, then you post something that will get you some comments about food. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. really, really interesting how it's just a common sense thing, but you're still always posting the fun questions. And then in your group and on your business page, you have a 5-day series because you're always working on repeat sales and booking parties. Okay. So let's talk about now we're going to move it to Messenger. You've asked them what they like to cook. They've responded again. Boom. We're going to move it to private Messenger. Okay. So they comment, you reply, and then they comment again, you move it to private Messenger. That's it. Super, super simple. Okay. So I'm going to pop that down for a hot second. So let me tell you how simple this is in Messenger. Okay. And I had a Pampered Chef gal do this for my last time I did a Pampered Chef webinar. She booked 10 parties with gals she had never booked parties with before. She did use the one on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you like to cook, but you're getting the same feeling and the same responses. You're finding out the same information with this question. So try the other one in a couple days too. Okay. All right. So they tell you what they like to cook. All right. You move it to a private message and you say, hey, Susie, thank you so much for commenting on my post. Always thank them because it's a big deal. It helped your algorithms. Okay. Do you have a quick minute? I could ask you more about, and then you fill in the blank what they said about cooking. I love to bake. I love to make breakfast. I love to whatever it was. Do you have a quick minute? I could ask you about that. People love to talk about themselves, y'all. Okay. They love, love, love to talk about themselves and they'll say yes. And so you go, awesome. So you ask them more about how often are they cooking, and you want to go through breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So whatever you started with, if it was like, well, I love to cook dinner. Awesome. Tell me what are some of your family's favorite dishes, and what's working and what would you love to improve on? Not what do you not like? What do you want to improve on feels positive, and people like to be around positive people. Okay. And then you can say, awesome. What does lunch look like? And you go through those questions. Awesome. What does breakfast look like? And you go through the questions. You're not making a suggestion yet. When you've been through all 3 meals, you're going to have the short list of ideas. I call it a silent wish list. You're making little details. Okay. Yes, it's absolutely recorded. It stays right here, Miss Pearl. So you're making a short list of things that they can then go or that you can make a suggestion. So here's the thing. My first tip was, do you have a quick minute? Okay. Messenger has to be handled differently than when you talk to people face to face. This is so important to understand. Okay. Messenger, we can't see body language. So we need to take one slow step at a time and make sure we don't kind of, how do I say this? Kind of run over people. Okay. You know what I mean? That like yucky cold message feeling that sometimes we have. So, do you have a quick minute? We go through their different meals. You're going to have some ideas. Now, here is my magic messaging. How many of you want to know exactly what, anyway, I call it money making messages. Call them an MMM if you're like, yeah, girl, I want to make some money. Okay. So what we do is this. We ask, may I share with you a few ideas? May I share with you a few ideas? And then you can throw in there that other families that are eating gluten-free, or other families who love to meal plan, or may I share with you a few ideas? And you fill in something that they were talking about, okay? Because you want to show them that you have some ideas for what they're needing. Just like Nikki was talking about. She's like, people are needing some cooking help, and this is called added value, okay? People need your help. They need your brain. They need your wisdom, your insight, as much as they need just your product. Okay. So you're going to ask them, may I share with you a few ideas? And they say, yes. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad, Mr. Donald. That's awesome. So then you're going to say, because you mentioned you don't feel like you have time to make breakfast, because you mentioned that your family loves Italian, because you mentioned that you cry like crazy when you cut onions, and you fill in the blank with your product. Okay. Now, I know none of you want to say this. What do you want to buy? I don't want you to say it either. What you ask after that, after you share some ideas, is you say, tell me, which of those would you love to have in your kitchen? Or which of those are you most excited about? Okay. Which of those are you most excited about? Or which of those would you love to have in your kitchen? And they tell you. That's body language. Okay. And it's really cool when you say, may I share with you a few ideas? You're going to get absolutely in all caps. You're going to go, please. They're going to say, please tell me. And you're going to be like, oh, they don't see me as pushy. I almost have a sale or a book a party. It's like I'm on the right track, and you'll see that. Okay. It's really cool. And so may I share with you a few ideas? You tell them, because you mentioned, you fill in the blank, which of those are you most excited about? And they tell you. The last step is this. May I share with you 2 ways on how to get that product? What are the 2 ways, y'all? This is how you buy it. And this is how you get it for half price or free, or whatever your promotion is that month. And it's magic, you guys. You will not feel pushy. They will be so excited. And you know what I found? They buy twice as much. If you start tracking your sales per customer, you will double your sales per person. If you do this with every person, now let me phrase this carefully, who participates in a party, not everyone that was invited to the party, okay? Everyone, and you'll have a ton more. I see this over and over again. People have doubled their sales in their parties simply by adding questions to every single post. Okay. You shouldn't be like talking about waffles and be like, oh, we did these waffles and these are the different things we put on them. No, it should be, when you have waffles, what's your favorite thing to put on them? And you have ABC. There's so many things you can ask about food. Never, ever, 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 ever post anything in those parties without adding a question to it. Okay. So then you're going to take those comments, move it to Messenger, and I'm serious. You will double your party sales. It's amazing, and you will keep your calendar full. This is a game changer, just like Nikki was saying. All right. So make sure that you've commented #food so you get our freebie images to keep your algorithms up, and make sure that you have shared this out in Comment Revolution, because we will be doing our drawing soon. Yes, Angela, exactly. It's about building relationships and trust. Exactly, girl, for sure. This is all about the other person. So I want to know your thoughts on how the messenger feels. Did it feel like this is something I could do? I always tell people, comment fuzzy, like warm fuzzy. If you felt the difference in this kind of messaging, then maybe something else you've done. And Gina, I'll start with you. Tell them a little bit about how you have felt doing this messaging, the wording. How has it helped you feel? And what's been the response from your customers?
It definitely helps. I mean, I think, I don't know for everybody, but probably for a lot of direct sellers, the messaging and the communicating with the person one-on-one, and, even back in the day when we had to call them on the phone, it's been,
right?
It's been a hard spot for a lot of people to overcome, and myself included. Like I said, I've been with them for 17 years, but that doesn't mean I've been doing everything I should have been doing for 17 years. But now that I want to take my business and make my, I want to make my career out of it, and I want to be able to retire and debt free and all that good stuff. I had to push myself, and working with you and the people that you have on your team, like it just, they give you the wording, and the wording that, like she says, when you say, since you said this, then you can lead into something, or, I probably said the wording wrong, but it just makes it so much easier. Like when you have the wording, and I mean, it's not that we don't get wording from our uplines and stuff that isn't good, but certain ways you say things make things easier, and it does. It's so funny because, I would be same as Nikki. I was like not one. I was like so worried I was going to sound pushy, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be that person, because I get those people, they just message you out of the blue, and it's like, I don't even know you, and you're like asking me to share this post for you or do this or do that. I'm like, who are you? And I'm like, block. I don't want people to do that to me. So using these words, it just makes it so easy. I've never had anybody, from the messages that I've put in, that I've used, I've never had anybody get ghost me or anything. They're always very receptive to the wording. So it's wonderful.
That's a big deal, because that's a really big deal. Thank you so much. All right, Nikki, your thoughts. So comment fuzzy if the wording felt like something you could do, felt like something that felt authentic, like both you and your customer would feel good about it. Nikki, your thoughts.
I'll say, piggyback what Gina said. I agree 100%. It makes it so much easier, because I never want to come off pushy, and I always try to put myself in people's shoes. And I know, like, seeing other direct sale companies, when they just like send you a message, and my first thought is, I didn't even know we were friends. So it's like, I don't ever want that to come up, because I get it weekly. So many people friend me, and then it's like automatically in my inbox trying to push, something off. So I use that as, I don't want to be like that. And
right.
I can honestly say, since taking your training, it has helped me a lot, because now I have the words that I can use. I'm not like overthinking it, and it's more authentic, which, like, I have some people that never met them a day in my life, but it's like, we the best of friends, and they are loyal customers since I've been doing it your way. So, my words always going to be total game changer.
Yep. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to tell you about our program, which we suggest that you start with, and it's going to help you learn how to add words to all your posts. It takes practice. Would you gals agree? It takes some practice. When I tell you here, you're like, well, that's simple. On a scale of 1 to 10, that's simple. And then you go to do it, right? And it's like, I'm making spaghetti. What question should I ask? It can't be, do you like spaghetti? It can't be a yes, no question. That's a hand raising question, a yes, no question. It doesn't work. It's got to be something where there's a one button response, makes all the difference in the world. Okay. So you're going to learn how to create your own questions. We're going to give you a month's worth of questions while you're learning it. And then I'm going to tell you about how, when you get that program, how you're going to get 3 months of camp for free. Okay. So I'm going to tell them about this, and then you guys can tell them why you love this program. So this is called Social Media 101. Social Media 101 is going to give you 30 videos. They're short. They're like 3 to 7 minutes. Okay. 30 videos that are going to teach you about how to blow up your algorithms on Facebook, how to actually get Facebook to work for you. Okay. And then you get 2 what are called question queen sessions. It's on Zoom. It's 2 hours, and you watch the videos and you come and you go, okay, I want to do this product for a week. I need help creating content. We have no agenda. We are just there to help you. And that's one of the things we really pride ourselves in our program. We don't just go, here's your videos, good luck. We do a lot to walk alongside of you. So social media is called Social Media 101 and Build Your Audience. We're going to teach you how to build your audience, how to get more friends, more likes, more people in your group, besides what to post on Facebook, how to keep your algorithms up. What does Facebook want to see? You have a ton of videos on this. Okay, now, so this program is $147 or 3 payments of $57. Think about that. If you book one party from this, one good party, it's paid for. And I promise you this will help you keep your calendar full. In addition to this, so we have a lot of foodies on today. And we love it in camp when there's a whole group of you that are foodies, okay, no matter which company you're with. And we're reserving 15 spots. And we're going to give the first 15 people who buy Social Media 101 a free spot in our engagement camp. And that's a $147 value. And you get to come 3 months in a row, 5 hours every month for 3 months. So you'll build content for April, May, and June. So the end of March, it's I think like the 23rd and 26th. Does that sound right, Miss Brianna? I got it. The 20th. So during the day on the 26th, it's a Tuesday, or in the evening on the 20. Did I just say the 26th? 23rd. Sorry. Tuesday the 23rd during the day, or in the evening on Friday the 26th. They're all recorded. If you can't come every hour, it's totally okay, huh, gals? You get a lot out of it, even if you come 3 hours, and then you can watch the recordings from both. So the first 15 people who jump on this like white on rice, okay, you're going to get the program, the camp for free. And this is the place to start. I'm going to tell you something else that you can take if you've taken our Social Media 101. So give me a second. I'll tell you how you can get the camp for free with another program we have if you've already taken Social Media 101. So Nikki, you're unmuted. Go ahead. Tell us your thoughts on Social Media 101. Why should these gals take it?
Oh my goodness. So again, I'm going to say total game changer.
Oops, I just lost my guess. Of course. Let me make sure I'm still going. You guys hear me? Not sure why my guests got kicked off, but I'm sure they'll come back. But I'm telling you, and I can, if it's been a while and you feel like your algorithms are down, Miss Rachel, you might want to take it again. There we go. I don't know what happened. Why? There we go. You both got kicked off at the exact same time. I don't have a clue. Go ahead, Nikki, with what you're saying. Why should these gals take Social Media 101?
So anybody know me, I'm very honest, and I just felt like, why should I have to pay for training? I know a lot of our companies offer trainings, but I'll say 2020, I said I'm getting out of my way and I want to take my business to the next level. So since I started following Michelle, and then one day I was like, you know what, today is my day. I did a training just like this one. And before I knew it, in the comments, I was like, sign me up. It was the best investment for my business. When I look at it just from the interaction on Facebook, my business page, my personal page, I'm getting more people commenting, and a lot of things you could just do, and people was like, once they see you. So it's like the other day I made a pizza on our new deluxe electric grill and griddle. I posted on there, not trying to be salesy. I just posted like something about the pizza, and I got so many people like, I need that. What's that? And I'm thinking the pizza. No, they didn't want the pizza. They want the actual grill.
Right.
So taking this, I mean, like I said, the training, and then even with the camp, you learn your stuff. So it's well worth it. It's the best investment. And then look at it. It's a tax write-off, guys. So
yes,
like,
it is a tax
win-win. It's a no-brainer.
Well, and if I understand correctly, forgive me if I'm not quite right, but is it still true? Does Pamper Chef still kind of give you like an allotment for training, or there's something where if you get a certificate for it, there's some reimbursement? Do they still do that?
That's for once you become a leader. You
Okay.
have to apply for it. So once you become, I want to say team leader and above, you can do it. I know definitely for directors, they do honor it.
Gotcha. So I know, like, if you need a certificate at the end of it, we can give you that to help. If that's an arrangement you have with Pampered Chef, just so you know, that is something that some people have chosen to do. All right, Miss Gina, what are your thoughts on social media 101?
Yeah, Nikki summed it up. I mean, it's just a commitment to wanting to further your knowledge. I mean, like I said, I've been in the business for 17 years, so I know a lot about how to sell and what to do and things like
Right.
that. But with the way the world has changed and the way the digital world is changing, you know, more knowledge is always better, and that's how I feel. So I'm always watching, trying to find different things online that I can watch. And you know, I settled, not settled, but I stopped one day when I came across one of yours, and I started watching your webinars. And just in the free stuff that you give in your webinars, it's amazing. There's not a whole lot of people out there online. Now there's a ton of people out there online offering, you know, all these ways to increase your, you know, your reach and how to get more people emailing you and blah, blah, blah. But I have never come across a group like yours that gives out so much good information just on their weekly webinars. So I love your webinars. And to do the social media and the engagement camp was just, it was a no-brainer for me, because I'm like, if she's giving away this much good ideas on for free, then she's so authentic. You know what I mean? I knew it was worth, you know what I mean? It was worth the investment. And yeah, as far as the tax write-off goes, you can't go wrong when you know you're going to get that money back at the next year. So social media 101 and the engagement boot camp things were just wonderful. I can't wait to do my next engagement camp, so I can keep my information going and keep my creative mind going. So
Yes,
it's
exactly.
a wealth of knowledge.
Thank you. And I do, like, it means I know there's people who come to my webinars that absolutely, you know, they're spending more than they're making, and there's a time and a place for things. And so I always wanted to be the person, like, just to be honest with you, my first company I was with, my second child was 2 weeks old. I had a 2-year-old and a 2-week-old, and she was born in July, and then September 11th happened in September, you know, like just a couple months later. And then my husband lost his job for a year. And I mean, it's just, you know, it was kind of like right now, it's just kind of domino effects, right? And I had to make money to, you know, pay the bills. And so I always wanted to be somebody that was like, if you can't afford any training, you at least will get something out of my lives, because I just know that life just sucks sometimes. There's no other way around. It just sucks. But I also know when you come take our training, you know, when you do get a little bit of money and can afford, you know, that's the other reason why we have the payment program, $57 a month. That's less than you make on one party, hopefully a good party, right? And so that way it's stretched over 3 months, because then by the time month 2 comes around, you're making more money. And it's so cool to see what your algorithms can do. More people will see your post about products. Do you understand this? I have gals so some of you know what paparazzi is, and they go live and they kind of have their own like personal QVC kind of channel. And they have more people buy simply because they posted things about chocolate, because their algorithms were up. Do you understand? This is all just about algorithms and getting Facebook to help you. And if you aren't doing the right things, you're just going to feel like you're beating your head against a wall. And when you get 0 comments, it hurts you. It's better to post less and get many comments on one post than to post lots that get no comments. That kills your algorithms. So I want to make sure that you're spending your time, you're working really, really smart, not hard. Well, hard and smart, but I want you to maximize your time. Does that make sense, y'all? Can you feel that? I just want you to understand the common sense of Facebook. It's not magical, but it is interesting how many people don't completely understand it. Okay. So I really, really want to help you with that. That is very, very important to me. Okay. Awesome. So Social Media 101, like I said, we're reserving 15 spots for those of you. This is a great thing to take. If you've never taken any of our programs, this is where we always tell people to start, is Social Media 101. Now, some of you, and the link to it has been popping up in the comments, or if you've commented #food and you got a message from us, there's program options. You can click on that too. Okay. So I'm also going to tell you about our magic messaging. So I gave you a brief overview of how different it can feel. Our magic messaging is the most income producing activity that you can learn. Okay. What happened was, I told you, I had the situation where I had to make my business work. And I was in North Dakota. I had no social media and I traveled 100 miles one way for most of my parties. One way, 200 round trip. I worked crazy hard in addition to smart then. And so I learned that I heard if you got over your fear of the phone and learned some good techniques with getting on the phone, you could make 400% more than those who didn't. So what I did is I took those skills that I learned, because I earned all sorts of awards and trips and whatnot. It doesn't matter what I earned. What matters is how it helps you. Okay. But I turned those tips into messaging tips, and all the things I shared with you today. I have tips on booking parties, tips on recruiting. We can really, really help you double your sales per person and then some. Besides, close more per people you talk to. If you talk to 10 people and you close 3, we want you to close 6. Do you see what I'm saying? So magic messaging. So if you've taken Social Media 101, this is a great one. Again, it's 30 videos. You get 2 Question Queen sessions. You can come to Question Queen sessions and you can be messaging people and you'll be like, she just said this. What do I say next? And we will help you. We're like your little Jimmy Cricket. The person that you're messaging has no idea you're getting help. We've helped people sign up their first recruits on Question Queen sessions. Okay. So messaging is an amazing option. If you've taken Social Media 101 and you're like, okay, what do I do next? This is the most income producing thing that you can buy. And we're going to give the first 10 people who buy this the engagement camp for free, because we love it when you come to camp. Okay. It's $147 also, or 3 payments of $57. But we do suggest, if you've not taken any of our classes, do please start with Social Media 101. I just know we would have some gals on here that have taken classes with us before, wanted to give you that option. Yes, absolutely, Miss Rachel, for sure. Absolutely, love. We would love to have you do that for sure, love. Yep, click on that one, girl. Okay, one other thing that some people like is sometimes we just don't want to figure it. How do I say that? Sometimes it is really nice to have something really easy. So we have something really easy. It's our year of images. You'll get a whole year's worth of images, and they're not the ones we give away for free. They're totally different images. There's no branding on them. You get 15 images per week for 52 weeks. And then you can post them on your page, your group, your personal profile. It's only $97. How much time is that going to save you? So that's another thing that we have. If you've maybe taken Social Media 101, you're like, I just need a little help. I'm tired of trying to do Canva on my own. I'm tired of coming up with my own questions. Have either of you got the year's worth of images?
I have not. Not
No?
yet.
They're super fun. They're awesome, guys. So this is a great option. Some people really, really like this one because it just makes it a little bit easier on you, because you get a whole year's worth of images. So it's really, really fun. Yes. Okay. So everybody who's purchased so far, we have got Miss Stephanie. Let's see. Hang on. I need to go to the top. All right. I've got Stephanie Rockwell, Shakira Armitage. I've got Alexandra Donaldson. I've got Sherry Cook, and I've got Miss Tammy Gaskins. So yes, gals, those of you that have purchased, you all got it. Okay. All right. So I would love to know your aha moment. What was your aha moment today? What did you hear that you're like, oh my gosh, that was a game changer for me? And Nikki, I'm going to give you like some final words. What are your thoughts? How do you see this helping your business going forward? What do you see happening for yourself in the next, the rest of 2021?
Oh boy. All right. So I'll say,
Not a loaded question.
let me try to be brief. I see it taking me much further, even just in my personal business, but my team, even with my customers, how I interact with them. One thing I can say that I see from it and tracking, I'm getting consistent business from my customers. So it's like if they are purchasing like I want to say 5 that purchase like every month or every other month.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest thing for me is helping me to be more intentional about my business, which I know is going to take me far. If that makes sense.
I love it. Well, and you know what's really cool is when you get like a strong handle on this and adding questions, we have like a really cool leadership class. And one of the activities we have them do is teach their gals how to ask questions. And to see the excitement is really nice when you get engagement, but when your team gets engagement and there's like this momentum between all of them, it's like so much fun. So realize this is going to carry over. Your team members are going to see you posting these questions. And you can tell, like, you can't share the videos with them or they can't come to camp, but you can definitely be like, girl, I tried this question, go check this out. So it will spill over into your team too. It's really cool. Miss Gina, last thoughts. What do you see this doing with your business? I love like your goals and you're like, save money and prepare for the future. What do you see happening?
Well, same thing as like when she said just about it helps you be more intentional. That word's perfect because when you don't have, you kind of get all these little things from your uplines and your online trainings and stuff. We have tons of great training in Tupperware. We have a wonderful social platform that we can use to post content and stuff. They give us all kinds of pre-made content that we could share and schedule and stuff. So, but knowing the things from your camps and stuff and the things that I've learned, it just enhances me to be able to understand how to use those things. Once this, posting this creates more algorithms so that the next post you post will make it, so once you know all that, and then the gentler ways about messaging and going into messaging with people that have commented, it all just ties them together and it just creates this flow. Yeah. So having the knowledge to do that, it can just I'm just excited about it because I know it'll just take me into the future as far as I want it to go. So.
Love it. And I've seen the back end of the Tupperware site, the social media part is very cool. I'm just like, I just want them to hire me. So each one of those has a question on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, we can just like up the game just a little bit. Like,
yes.
And so that's what's so cool. Like you use that Tupperware, tool back there and then learn to add the questions. And man, Pampered Chef has done an amazing job taking lots of great images too. You both have access to really great visual content, but I would say both of them aren't quite there with what they could do with questions. And that's okay. No criticism. I know what the questions do. They do explode algorithms. And like you can literally go into your business page, the analytics, into the insights is what it's called, and it will show you like over and over again. We have people increase their algorithms, not double, not 100%, 1,000%. We see it over and over again. It really is kind of mind-blowing. Yes, I love this. Be intentional. Be intentional. Yes, if you're having any problems with purchasing, please, let us know. Try your computer. Sometimes that works a little bit better. Yes. So I love this. Tammy says, feature a product a week and survey question with your question on your page. Yes. Make sure there's a question with every single post. So not just one of them, just so you know. Oh, Miss Rachel, message us and we can also send you the link, Kun. Try doing it in a browser. Yes, always ask a question on your post, Miss Brittany. Exactly. So just so you know, the year's worth of images, they're more about the fun, engaging questions. The really fun thing for you guys, though, is there's so many national holidays that have to do with food. I would say the highest percentage, like if you were to look at all the images, and you're say like, how many jewelry ones are there? How many food ones are there? How many kids ones? There's a lot of food. Just because food relates to so many holidays and national days. So they're not all food though. It's about keeping your engagement up. We want you to come and learn how to make the food ones, but your algorithms will explode from the year's worth of images, and it just saves you a ton of time. So if you're on here and you've done camp with us before, give us a shout out what you love about camp. Why should these gals come join us for camp? Because you guys will be there. What is the funnest thing about camp? Either one of you.
Anybody? Oh, okay. The funnest thing about camp is just getting together with other people. I think we all get together with people from our own teams and stuff, and that's great. Mm-hmm. But to get together with other people that you don't know, that work in the same industry, like the same type of industry, like Pampered Chef, like the one engagement camp I was on, it was all Pampered Chef girls and me. And they were worried that like I was getting left out, and I'm like, no, you guys, everything correlates with our two companies. You know what I mean? So even though there was no other Tupperware people on my specific engagement camp, we had so much fun and so many ideas came out of it. It's just unbelievable how much, more minds together come up with so much more information, so many ideas.
Well, and it saves a ton of time. Like you each can even make images and kind of share them amongst each other. It's really an amazing way to, like I said, work smarter. I still remember that camp. Like there was chili, and I still remember we did this whole thing on food on a stick, and we got giggling and laughing, about from popsicles to corn dogs to skewers to, oh my gosh, we seriously, it was hysterical. Like, food on a stick. It was a national day, and we just, oh my gosh, we got laughing. What about you, Miss Nikki?
I mean, I agree. And it's like I say, with the 5 hours, you have so much fun that it's like the 5 hours go by, then you like time up already. But I mean, I really enjoy them. And like Gina said, although we with different companies, when you're in the same, food group, you can apply it. So, I mean, no, they don't have a rock, but it's like you can take another product and use the same information, just, swap it out. So it is, because sometimes you can say something and then somebody like add more to it. And it's like, wow, I didn't think of that. So yeah, I love them. I do. I look forward to them.
You guys are awesome. Okay, I'm gonna announce my 2 winners, and then we're gonna answer a few more questions. A couple of you are saying, why don't I get comments on my questions? So I'm gonna tell you why some of those reasons are after I announce our winners. Okay, so drum roll. Thank you so much for helping us spread the love. If you hear your name, so these 2 gals' names, when you hear your name, please say, I'm here. You do have to be present to win. So Johanna Outlaw and Angela Stokes Kirkland, thank you so much, ladies. So you get a $50 gift certificate. And so you just message into the page, and Rihanna will tell you, my assistant will tell you how to redeem those. Okay, so a couple of you are saying, I post and I don't get any comments. Now, could you clarify real quick for me if you're talking about your business page or you're talking about your personal profile. Okay. First of all, I just want to make sure I know that. And then let me tell you a little bit that's really important about questions. Now, just so you know, we just have a couple spots left. I want to make sure we get all 15 filled. So let me know if you're having any problems at all with the link or need to sign up, because we really want to make sure there's 15. It's so much fun when you have a whole group together, you guys. Tell these girls, tell them, you got to come join us. It's going to be so much fun. There's a link for the year's worth of images. And it's really fun. The images just have the National Day, and then you get this PDF full of really fun questions. So you can even add your own questions to it. So business group. So are you talking about a customer group? Ms. Prez, tell me how many are in that group. Oh, Miss Laura, I got the link for you to get the camp. So you get Social Media 101, and then you get the camp for free, Miss Laura. Let me get that for you and pop that up. Okay, so now, ladies that asked this question, I haven't looked at your profile. I haven't looked at your business page or your groups. So I don't know exactly what you're doing right or could improve on. So I'm going to give you a series of ideas of things that can improve that. And please note, the cool thing is when you take our Social Media 101, you get on Zoom and we can hear your voice, see your face, and you can also share screen, okay? And so one of the cool things is you share screen, and Royanna, my assistant, everybody say hi to Royanna. She'll look at your business page and she'll be like, look at this. Okay, here, this looks great. Here's something you could change up. Oh, see this question? This is how we want to word it instead. We will look at that and help you with it. Do you understand that? That is one of the great things about our Question Queen session. So now it's a small group, so you kind of have to take turns, but a lot of times you'll learn a lot of things from what she's saying to other people too. It's awesome. And then we're going to help you engagement camp to create that content that will get more comments. Okay, so a couple things. On your personal profile, okay, well, let me go there in a second, but your questions have to be, okay, one of the things, so especially Gina will attest to this because she's been doing this for 17 years. When you were in a home party, okay, and let's say, let me think, you had one of your really cool like cheese grater things out, okay, and you were in a home party, you'd say, okay, where are my cheese lovers, okay, and they would raise their hand or they'd nod their head or they'd kind of go, right? That's called a hand-raising question. Where are my cheese lovers? That does not work. Does not work on social media because they don't know what to do. When you say, where are my cheese lovers? You're like, do I say I'm in Washington? I'm in my kitchen. I'm in my pajamas. It doesn't work. On social media, they have to be easy to answer with the brain, easy to answer with the thumbs. Now, all of you answer this. You ready? What is your favorite kind of cheese? You all know what's your favorite kind of cheese, Miss Nikki?
Gouda.
What's your favorite kind of cheese, Gina?
Provolone.
See, you just know your favorite kind of cheese, right? So when you ask a question like that and not a hand-raising question, and the thing is, our American brains ask rhetorical questions, yes, no questions. When you learn to do this, we have people tell us all the time, my husband talks to me more. My teenagers talk to me more. Why? Because I quit asking yes, no questions. Because I started asking open-ended. It really, really is amazing at how this will completely change things. My educated guess is if I go look at your group, your business page, or wherever you're struggling, if I look at your questions, one, you're probably not quite asking the questions in the right way. It's not just ask a question, it's ask a question written correctly. And that's where those 30 videos are going to help you refine that question and refine that question and refine that question. If you just say, do you like Peeps versus love them, hate them, never tried them, or on a scale of 1 to 10, totally different in the amount of comments you will get. Okay. Now, if you get comments, you have to reply to them. When you reply to them, you'll get a lot more comments, okay? So that's really important. You must be consistent, and you need to ask things that have nothing to do with your product. Nothing. So you ask, what's your favorite thing to put in Easter eggs? That's a really good one, especially if you say an age. Oh my gosh, what do we put in Easter eggs for boys age 12? People love to share their advice, okay? And it'll go crazy. And then the next thing you post about food and it'll get seen more. So part of it has to do with the type of questions you're asking. Some of it has to do with wording. Now, if it's on your profile, if you're not getting comments to things, well, in groups and pages, you may not have a lot of likes, a lot of people in your group, or on your personal profile, you may not have a lot of friends. The two gals who asked about it, one that said there's 500 in our group, the other says there's 200. We can definitely increase the algorithms in your group by asking these questions right and consistently, okay? But when you're not having a lot of engagement, a lot of times we found out people had 200 Facebook friends and they got 2 comments. That's 1%. That's to be expected. That's great. 1% to 2% is awesome. Okay, you're not going to get a huge percentage. Nikki was saying one of her posts got 11%. That's off the charts. There's no there's no post that's going to get all your people in your group to comment. You're hoping for 1 to 2%. Okay, so if you have 200 people in your group, if you get 4 comments, Facebook's like, you did a good job. Okay. And then the other thing is, his is really important, and this is a little bit hard, but boy, it makes a difference. If you're not getting comments on stuff on your personal profile, you need to stop and you go comment on 25 to 50 friends, their post. Try to ask a question, and then on their post, hit the love button, not the thumbs up. The love button gets twice as much weight, and you want to go through and do that. And these are all things we cover in Social Media 101. We help you find more friends. We help your algorithms. It's not just about posting. It's the attitude of what goes around comes around. What you give is what you get back. So we really teach you a lot about that too. And that will help you with your pages and your groups and your profile. So do you see what I'm saying, y'all? This is a process. And I try to tell you, there's not a magic bullet. There's not do this one thing and that makes it all different. Your health, it's never just one thing. It's never quit eating sugar. It's like you got to eat healthy things and you got to exercise. You get better with your finances. It's never just quit going to Starbucks, right? It's manage your money better and bring in more money and save. And okay, everything you want to get better at, it's a process. It's never one thing. But we have all the pieces. Huh, girls? Do we have all the pieces? Okay. And so all those things together, does that make sense? Does that help? Comment hope if you have a little more hope, if you have a few more ideas, because it really does make a big difference. Okay. What any of those tips you ladies have used that have helped your algorithms?
Yes.
Which ones have you used?
As far as you talking about the questions?
Well, like commenting on other people's posts or using the right kind of wording, replying, any of those things.
All of them, but I do make it a habit, especially like in the morning when I call myself scrolling Facebook, I'll go through and comment. So I heart everything. I give everything a heart when I'm responding. And then it's like, good morning. Something I do on my page every morning, and it gets a ton of response. I always post something inspirational or funny. Like today, I said, if you hear me ask for decaf coffee, I'm signal I've been kidnapped. So it's like people are commenting, and I want to say it has a lot. So every morning I post something, whether if it's good morning. Everybody know I love coffee. So I'm always putting something in that gets a lot. So I'm getting more interaction from that. And then not every day I put engagement question, but I do put something where people, like a question where people had to respond. One that I could remember was, if I break in your house and still was on top of your refrigerator, what would I get? I got probably over 200 comments from that. So
wow.
just the same way how I'm taking try out, the same way I plan to be intentional for my business page, I plan for my personal page, because once you do that, you in their feed. So I'm noticing, especially the past 2 weeks since I've been doing it consistently, I'm starting to see get more replies and responses from people that I forgot we were friends.
I love it. That's all. I'm telling you, people love to talk about drinks, whether it's soda, it's coffee, alcohol, what to put in water to make water taste better. Like, holy cow, people will talk about drinks. It's so funny.
So,
I
yeah.
love it. Mr. Donald, I'm so excited you're signed up. So it's really funny. My son is 21. He's actually getting married this Saturday, and he is signed up for Pampered Chef. He will love having another gentleman. We'll have so much fun. Anyway, him and his wife they have a registry of Pampered Chef. You cannot believe how much stuff comes through this house. Like,
tell him to get into Men of the Apron. It's a group for all men, and they have a ton of ideas in there. So tell him to search.
I love it. Men of the Apron or Men in Apron?
Men of
Say it
the
one more
Apron.
time. Of the Apron. Oh, cool.
Apron.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yes.
Very cool. Love it. Miss Gina, your thoughts on any of those tips?
Yeah, one of the things that I wasn't doing was commenting on a lot of things. You know, I was always too busy working on my business and posting things about, you know, me, Tupperware. Right. So that whole part of it, that was over my head. So I was like, oh yeah, that does make sense. The more you interact with them, the more they'll see your stuff. So, you know, I was hit or miss sometimes with the birthday posts, but now every morning I make it a point, like, not only because I see so many people wish me a happy birthday, and then I feel guilty because I missed them for a week. Right. I don't miss them anymore. I do all the happy birthdays. And like Nikki said, I do post more because, like, you know, I'm on my phone when I'm drinking my coffee in the morning and I'm doing a little bit of business. I might be, you know, posting my first engagement post of the day or whatever, but then I'm just scrolling and, you know, wasting time until it's time to get up and get ready. So I've started commenting and loving, and I do love the love button now. So when I'm doing my lives, I tell my people, you know, give me those hearts. I don't want a like button. Give me a heart, you know, and I talk to them, you know, I do the questions now in my lives. I didn't think about that stuff before. So those two things, engaging more on other people's posts and asking for the questions and stuff, doing the questions in my lives, has been a big difference too. And the parties, I have to say, you know, I, just like everybody else, I think suffers with, you know, duds on Facebook parties sometimes where you can't get anybody to engage. If you start out with the engagement first and get them talking early, it can keep it rolling. Like, it can, you know, I had one party that was just like off the charts with comments and stuff, and the girl had over $1,000 party. So it was last month actually. So it really helps to do that. It just, you know, you just have to get into that consistent mode of understanding that's what you need to do. And it, once you get in the habit of doing it, you're on the phone anyway, you're on your Facebook anyway. So you might as well make it work for you.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Make it work. Don't spend time not making money.
Right.
Yes. Exactly. Thank you for saying that. Okay, y'all. So we have a couple spots left. And there was something I was going to say.
Michelle, I want to sign up for the messaging one, but my wallet is upstairs. So once we get off,
no problem. No problem whatsoever. No. We'll get you covered. No problem at all. My friends, I'm telling you, the social media one. Oh, there was something you said. Oh, the hearts. what was it you said before? Oh, the birthdays. That is a big one. Oh, let me put up a couple other things we have coming up. So tomorrow we actually have a whole webinar on getting sales in Facebook groups, which I know a lot of you do your parties in Facebook groups. We actually we do kind of lean towards events on business pages versus groups. There's some reason why, but mostly because how many times like Facebook all of a sudden has a nervous breakdown and puts you on Facebook jail when you have too many groups going. But there's other reasons. Anyway, but we're going to tell you some tips on Facebook groups tomorrow. So make sure you come hang out with us and share this with your teams that have groups, because I know a lot of my foodies have groups. So this is a fun one tomorrow. We also, you can, we have a free group that you can participate in that I'd love for you to join. But we also have this other group. Oops, that's not what we want. This other group, it's called 3 Times Your Algorithms. It's a challenge. At the end of the month, we're going to change that to business page challenge. And there's some tips in there. But Facebook's hierarchy of what increases your algorithms is first messaging. So when you message someone and let them know, something you care about, you're, showing them empathy or whatnot, congratulations, thank you, compliment. And that's why stories are so important, because when you reply to a story, it goes to Messenger. Facebook wants to see more one-on-one interactions. So first it's messaging, then it's comments on post, then it's hearts, the care, the haha, anything besides the thumbs up, then the thumbs up, and then also time, the amount of time people spend watching your videos. All those things add up, okay? But that's the order. So if you're going to do something, okay, first of all, you want to message people and go through stories and reply, not just hit the love button, but the actual reply, put a little comment there. That does amazing things. Message people for their birthdays, okay? Not just post on their timeline. It all adds up, and all the stuff's in our social media 101. Yes, absolutely, Miss Gertrude. Sorry. We would love for you to join us, girl. And the thing is, it's so cool. We record all of them, okay? So we have a lot of people that go back and watch the recordings after. Even just remember, what did we talk about? Nikki and Gina can tell you this. When I'm in your foodie group and I get throwing out ideas, I talk so fast. And so it's like, Michelle, I'm taking all these down. And so some people like to go back and rewatch because I talk really fast. But usually,
can I share my crazy, this is my crazy page of notes from last time. Can you see all the, there's like stuff in the margins because I'm writing so fast. We had so many ideas. It's crazy.
Yeah, we get a lot of ideas. It's so funny. Yes, Miss Johanna, you did win, lady. You did. So yes. I'm so glad, Ms. Gertrude. So please get signed up. If you have a friend that couldn't join us today, because I know I can't do a webinar at a perfect time for everybody, if they message us and say, hey, my friend so-and-so is taking your class, we will make sure they get the camp for free, because we want you to have, people there that, it's fun to meet. Like I said, Gina was there with all Pampered Chef gals, and she's like, I had a great time. So you're welcome no matter what, but it is fun to have someone but you also make lots of good friends too. It's a lot of fun. All right. Well, Gina and Miss Nikki, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining me. Just so you know, gals were not compensated in any way. They just were so sweet. They wanted to share with you their ideas. You guys are free to post your page links in the comments one more time. You guys are welcome to go follow them. Check out, how their fun questions, see the smart things they're doing. But I'm telling you, it's so much fun. Come join us for camp. Get yourself signed up. We would love to have you join us. All righty. Any other last questions, you guys, or anyone that's looking for links? Nikki or Gina, any last thoughts?
Nope. Thanks for the opportunity to be on today. I appreciate it. It was fun.
Thank you for joining me. Yes, it's awesome. You guys are so awesome. Thank you, guys. Can everybody tell Gina and Miss Nikki, thank you so much for their wisdom. I love their good ideas. Your recruiting idea was so cute, Nikki. That was just so good. Well, if you're going to get this anyway, you might as well get a kit and some other stuff. It's so funny because my kids wanted Pampered Chef stuff. And I'm like, well, if you sign up, you get paid and you get hostess stuff. And they were like, what?
Yeah.
They've got so much stuff.
That's what I mean, one thing I can say how I build up my loyal customers is because I want them to get the most out of it. And I know some people don't have a lot of money to spend. So it's like, I want you to book a party or I want you to join my team. And then I can show you how to get the goodies in your kitchen. Or as everybody say, I want my kitchen to look like yours. It took me 5 years to get it there, but you can get it. So
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. And this right here stays right here on my business page. You can share it out. People can still watch it after we log off.
okay.
Oh, that's so cool, Laura. Thank you, Miss Nikki. Any other thoughts, Gina?
Nope. I just recommend everybody take some extra steps and invest in their business.
Yes, I agree.
Amen. Awesome. All right, my friends. Thank you for joining me, Miss Rihanna. Thank you so much for your help. It was so fun. I love talking about food. Oh my gosh, I love talking about food. We're gonna have a good time, y'all. Can't wait for camp. All right.
All right.
Thanks, ladies. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.